Totally, dude. So my story kind of, dates all the way back into, school, elementary. I was a DNF student. Still was all the way through high school. I had to, get my butt into gear because I was always kind of taught that if I don't get my grades up, I'm going to be a ditch digger. And I graduated high school with a 2.0 GPA, which is the requirement to graduate high school. I was always led to believe that in order to be successful, I need to have good grades in school, go to college, graduate, get a job, retire at 68, 69, 70, whatever it is right now. And so I kind of went on that path. I went to college for about a year part time. I decided it wasn't for me. I ended up going to a trade school to learn to work on cars because to this day I still love working on cars. And I thought that that was going to be my gateway to making more money. And little did I know that all the money they said I was going to make was just a marketing thing to get me to go. And so just kind of fast forward, I've been in automotive for quite a while. And right now, let me back up a little bit. So 2011, I started having these ideas of how I could make money. I started getting connected with people that were doing MLM, the network marketing thing. I don't have anything against it. I just couldn't find my passion in it, and I just kept seeing the amount of money I can make. But after the event where they get you all pumped up, I was always ready to go. But once I got home, I was like, the passion wasn't there. So fast forward to today, which basically started in about 2014. I started hanging around people, getting connected with them that were already entrepreneurs, living a life of their dreams and living life on their own terms. And I kind of wanted to go that path. And the thing was, back then in 2014, I didn't really see all the struggle that they went through to get where they are today. So I tried everything in the books, eBay, Amazon, played a little bit with the stock market, didn't put much money in it. I was always trying to make a quick buck, but my passion just wasn't there. But it wasn't until probably about 2016, 2017, I started listening to podcasts. I started having a passion for it. I connected with Brian K. Wright. He kind of got me hooked onto it. And he basically, I started my own podcast this past August. And I'm still going. I've attended 2 events this year. The latest one I went to, Unleash You. I was inspired to write a book. So I'm in the process of writing a book. And once I can get that up and going, I want to leverage that as an opportunity for me to get speaking gigs so I can get my word out to the masses. So, yeah, that's just well, my biggest why is my wife. First off, my family. Time is the biggest enemy right now. You can always make more money, but you can never get your time back. And one thing I started to recognize, which really got me on the path to being uncomfortable and willing to accept failure to get ahead, was that majority of my time is sleeping and working, and I don't really enjoy that. But that was the biggest part of my why is my family, my wife, and I want more time with them because we're not going to be here forever, and I don't want to just live every single day of my life, work, 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 work. It's not, it may be for some people, but it's not for me. I can't find my passion in it.
Please go ahead and give a big standing ovation for the one and the only Shay
Every
Brown.
morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up and it knows it must outrun the fastest lion or be killed and eaten. Also, every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up and knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. You've heard it before. It doesn't matter whether you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be what? You better be running. That's right. That's right. You better be running.
Life is about meaning, and meaning is about service. Isn't that the reason why we're all here? Isn't that what we're all searching for? 2013, the Peak Performance Institute was created. 5,000 clients who we've helped turn their idea into a reality, their reality into a business, their business into a movement, impacting 5.7 million lives around the world. Imagine that! Hey, my name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Network, the world's largest organization for the well-being of an entrepreneur. And as we always say, our mission at the Happy Entrepreneur Network, our mission is to inspire, empower, and provide resources for the entrepreneur to live a balanced life and execute their vision for the people they were called to serve. And our mantra, I love our belief. Everyone should have a belief statement. Our belief is the results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. With that being said, let's get started.
Close. It's actually Castillo, but to make it easier, just say Castillo. Yeah. Doing really well, really well. Glad to be on here. It's an honor, man. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to spread my word.
There we go. Mic check, mic check. Shay Brown's doing a mic check, mic check. So if you can hear Shay Brown, that's me, by the way. If you can hear Shay Brown, hit number one. Hit number one. Just look right below the video and hit number one. It might be a slight delay, but I'm seeing it bouncing back and forth. So I just want to make sure that I'm coming through loud and clear. So Kevin, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
That's a good thing. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. So if you're having a hard time hearing me, just look right below the video and say, Shay, we hear you. Shay, we hear you. That's a mic check, mic check. I see the thumbs going up. Kevin, sometimes with technology, it works. And then sometimes it doesn't work. But right now it's working, man. What do you say about that?
Yeah, man. The technology is at its greatest point right now, but when it stops working, we're kind of lost,
Yeah. Well, I know before we got started, you and I had some challenges, and we got it right. And you hung in there to make sure that this broadcast would take place and we would impact lives. For those folks that are out there right now, let me tell you what's going to take place. I'm going to ask Kevin to talk a little bit about our core value. And one of our core values is today is my January 1st. Today is my January 1st. I get a restart. I get a reboot, I get a do-over, and January 1st represents that moment, and it happens many times throughout the day, but it represents that moment where you make a decision, and by you making that decision and staying to it, it changes the trajectory of your life. And I want you to think about your January 1st moments you've had throughout your life. Well, Ebony Banks, well, Dr. Jennifer Boyer, well, Sharon Drake. I'm going to ask my man Kevin the question, what was his January 1st moment that he decided that he's going to be an entrepreneur? This has to work no matter what. What led him to that? And as I ask him that question, I want you to do me a favor. Look right below the video, and write these words. Today is my January 1st. Today, I get a new start. It's my January 1st. Kevin, give us your January 1st moment that led you to becoming the entrepreneur that you are right now.
Well, as of right now, the pivotal point that really got me going was actually whenever I attended this event called Thrive. I had all these ideas going through my head and everything. I went into the event still not having a clue of what I wanted to do. And during the event, kept saying, I kept running into people that were doing real estate, Amazon, eBay, doing all these different things. And I kept saying, well, I'm going to do that. But then I really went to my root of what I really want to do was a podcast. I really want to get my message out. But that was my pivotal point actually of this year. And I've still moved forward. And then November, let me back up. So in August, I launched my podcast. It's going strong. I'm about to release my 10th episode. And whenever I went to Unleash You right here back in November, I was inspired to write a book. So I'm currently in the point where I'm writing a book right now. So that's kind of where I'm at. Once that gets released, I want to use that to leverage myself to speak to people that I can inspire.
Sure. And what were 3 things you did just to get started along the journey of being an entrepreneur? What are some steps that you had to take in order to make this a reality?
Well, it wasn't easy. I had to be willing to give up things that I enjoyed every day. I had to give up, the TV. I had to give up doing things that weren't moving me closer to my goals. I played a lot on Facebook, Instagram, but I wasn't using it the way I really wanted to get me closer to my goals. And just getting over the fact of not really caring what people think about where I was going. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just a lot of times people aren't going to agree with where you want to go in life. And that's fine. That's their opinion. It's just breaking that barrier and not listening to what they have to say. But like, I'm my own person. I know where I'm going and nobody's going to stop me.
One of the things I admired about our conversation is your passion to move forward. And I love having these type of conversations because I'm always learning. This is like happy hour with Shay Brown, by the way. It's called the Happy Entrepreneur Show, man. But it's like happy hours where we hang out. You gave us 3 steps that you did. What would you say are 3 things to the entrepreneur that's watching right now? And they've got to get going and they've got to stay on track. They've got to be consistent. My question is, what's your message to them of 3 things they can do to achieve their dream, to make today their January 1st, or to move their business forward?
Well, that's a good question, actually. The first thing is you got to have clarity. You got to know exactly what you want and, have the burning desire to go after it and not turn your back. You got to get over pleasing other people. I think we live in a world where people worry about what other people think, and I think that holds a lot of people back. And you got to be willing to fail. And if you're not willing to fail, then you're not going to be able to get what you want in life. Everybody was a failure. Every successful person, whether it be Michael Jordan, Colonel Sanders, Oprah Winfrey, Walt Disney, they all failed at one point, but they kept going and going and going. They didn't give up. And that's what made them successful, is they weren't willing to stop after they failed.
Yeah, not willing to stop after they failed. And what drives you and gives you this burning desire that you have right now? Where did this passion come from that you have to really help folks crush their limiting beliefs? What was that moment you said, this is what I'm going to do? I'm going to plant my flag, and people, they need to crush these limiting beliefs.
Well, it all started where it all started on my honeymoon in 2014. We were at Myrtle Beach. We were out on this big boat watching the dolphins, and I really thought to myself, man, I really like this. I really enjoy it. I want to do more of this. And I kept thinking, well, I got to go back to work in 1 week, and then, I got to, and then I'm not going to be able to do anything like this for another year, because in the corporate world, I'm not going to say every business, but the typical business gives you a week vacation after you've been there for a year. And I just kept thinking, well, if I want to do more of this, I'm going to have to be willing to do what other people won't, so I can live that life that I want. I love to travel a lot. I love it. I love getting to the airport. I love getting on the plane. I love taking off. I love seeing things that I've never seen before and experiencing things that I haven't seen. So yeah, that was my pivotal point. And not only that, but like I said before, time is so valuable and so precious to me. And if I want more of that, then I'm going to have to be willing to get uncomfortable and do things that other people aren't going to be willing to do.
Man, that is so important. I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, we come back. We're going to have the one and only Kevin. He's going to break down the 5 things you need to do to crush your limiting beliefs. Now, you might be saying, Shay, I believe. But no. Somewhere, something's holding you back. And for some of you, you've got to raise your standard in order to raise your belief. We come back, Kevin's going to talk about that. But first, we're going to go over to Letitia Nicole. And I love Letitia Nicole. She's going to share her message
in just a moment. We'll be back in just a moment with the one and only Kevin. Pronounce your last name for me again so I get it right.
Castillo.
Got it, Castillo. I'm going to get it, Castillo. I've been practicing, y'all. I'm going to get it. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm glad to see you here. What a surprise. What a surprise. Guess what, you guys? My name is Letitia Nicole Beatty, and I'm the CEO founder of Speak Life Enterprise, where I teach entrepreneurs like yourself how to speak powerful words into the atmosphere to shape your business. And today is my January the 1st. But before I start my thought of the week, I have to give kudos and props and a round of applause and a happy belated birthday to who else? None other than Shay Brown, the CEO founders of this happy entrepreneur group. Hey, Shay, thank you so much for allowing me to speak life. Now, to my thought of the week. You guys, listen to me. My thought of the week this week is that you have been anointed with a gift. Now, whatever you've been anointed with, it is up to you to bless the universe with your gift. And how do you bless the universe with your gift? By being a present. That means showing up. That means your presence is needed in this earth. Your presence, that's the gift. So you make sure that you show up in that gift. Now, I have a story. You know, I have a little story. I always have a little story. Let me tell you something. People used to come to me all the time for advice. All the time. Asking me for advice. And I would give it to them. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop getting advice. That's getting on my nerve. Oh, my God. And then people was like, wait a minute. Where are you? Where is my friend? Where is the person that's giving advice? God anointed me to be a life coach, to be a mentor, to be a minister. God anointed me. He said your gift should make room for you. So if you're not showing up in your gift, that means you're not giving the world a present. That means that you are not earning your money. He said you have the power to get wealth. And if you're not showing up in your gift by being a present to somebody else, you better get it together. So until next time, why don't you give your gift of just by being a present into somebody's life this Christmas, this holiday, this year, today. All right? My name is Letitia Nicole, and I speak life so that we all may have life more abundantly. But until next time, be a gift and give somebody that present. Bye.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country. And I'm really excited because I'm here with my man Kevin on the other side, and we're talking about how to crush limiting beliefs and make your life supercharged. And I want you to imagine how your life would be when it's supercharged. Kevin, my man, if you would, I know you promised 5 ways or 5 things that people can do to really crush limiting beliefs. And I'd like for you to share one of those 5 ways right now in this present moment. For everyone that's out there, just watching, I want you to do me a favor as he's doing that. I want you to look right below the video, and I want you to write these words: "It's my time." Hashtag do it now. Just look right below the video, and put "It's my time." Hashtag do it now. So it's your time to have the relationship you want. It's your time to improve your finances. It's your time to step it up in your business. It's your time to go to the gym and improve your health. Look right below the video, Linda. Look right below the video, Malik. What's up, June, out in Phoenix, Arizona? What's up, Coach Claire, Allen? I see you. Look below the video right now and write these words: "It's my time." Hashtag do it now. You heard Letitia Nicole. You've been anointed. All right, my man, Kevin, take it away. Give us one of those 5 limiting beliefs that folks can do right now.
Well, I actually just mentioned earlier, definitely opinions. The opinions of others, I feel a lot of people acknowledge the opinions of others and feel that they need to obviously please them, and just they don't want to get uncomfortable because they know they're going to disappoint the people. And that's just one of the things that I believe that I myself ignore to a certain point that's going to actually pivot me into the destination where I want to be. So yeah, definitely opinions. If people are going to say, hey, you can't do that, or you're crazy, or you're going to fail at that, just use it as as fire to get you going. Otherwise, you're just going to stay in the same spot and have those limiting beliefs. So yeah, that's where it is.
No, I can see that. Can you tell us a time where maybe someone gave you an opinion that kind of held you back, and then how did you overcome that? I know for me, I'm a stutterer, and I still stutter today. And for many years, it's just, Shay, you stutter, Shay, you stutter. And I never thought that I could do what I'm doing now because I have a tendency of stuttering and sometimes talking a little too fast. And it was Mother Dear who came to me and said, she said, don't worry, you don't talk fast, you don't stutter. Everybody else just thinks a little slower. Yeah. Only Mother Dear would tell you something like that, right? And it took until I was high school to realize that, Mom, that wasn't true. But I believed it for so many years. So can you tell us a time maybe that you had a limiting belief that kind of held you back? Saucony Prince is out there, and he says, it's my time, do it now. Nathaniel Johnson is watching. Is watching right now. Says, do it now. I see D. Wilkins over in the group putting, it's my time, do it now. So what was the time that you had a limiting belief, and how did you overcome it? Well, someone gave you an opinion that just wasn't true.
Well, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. When I got out of high school, I was told that the only way to be successful is I needed to go to college. And I don't have anything against college. It's there if you absolutely need it. Like if you want to be a doctor, attorney, teacher, whatever it is, or there's just something that you have to do that requires the degree. And I think that you really need to have the passion to go to college because it's really what you want to do. Because I feel a lot of people go because they feel the need to go because their friends or their family are kind of pressuring them, or they're trying to compete with other people. But yeah, I was always told that was the gateway to success. But once 2009, 2010, whenever social media and obviously the internet was probably at its highest point, and it's still going strong, that's whenever I started being able to start connecting with more people that started opening me up to more opportunities and seeing more than what I've seen in the past. Now, in the world we live in today, there's so much information at your fingertips, and I've connected with so many people that still push me to this day. I connect with them, on Zoom, Skype, phone call, whatever, and we push each other. And that's just kind of where I'm at right now. I'm still growing, and that's just one of my things. So yeah.
Yeah, man. So well said. So well said. For those folks that are out there that are watching right now, you can participate as well. Look right below the video right now. Look right below the video and share what is one of your suggestions or one thing that people can do to actually crush their limiting beliefs. Kevin's going to give us point number 2 in just about a minute here, but you might have an idea. And you're all welcome to hit the share button and pay this message forward. Kevin's okay with that. So you can look right below the video. You see there's a share button right there. Hit the share button. And when you hit the share button, write these words: crush your limiting beliefs now. Just hit the share button. Now you might be thinking, Shay, why would I hit the share button? Shay, why do I do that? It's because we believe in the giver's economy. And the giver's economy says the person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. Let me say what the giver's economy is about. The person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. So by you just hitting the share button, by you paying this message forward, then you're encouraging someone else, you're uplifting someone else, and you're helping them crush their limiting belief. And if you have a belief right now it doesn't make a difference, let me tell you, it makes a difference, and we appreciate everyone in the Happy Entrepreneur Tribe that hits that share button right now. Pay it forward. It's your time. # do it now. Kevin, you gave us limiting belief number 1. Don't listen to the opinions of other folks. Love it. Give us, if you would, idea number 2 to crush our limiting beliefs.
I'm going to say probably pleasing others. I know that like growing up, my parents, family, they wanted me to be safe and secure. They always looked after me and they didn't want me to fail. So I always felt that I needed to do things just to please them and make them happy, because if I went outside of my comfort zone, I was kind of looked down upon. And it's just the way they are. Obviously, your family wants to protect you and keep you secure so that, you don't go down the wrong path. But sometimes the path less taken will get you to places you've never been before. And so, yeah, just pleasing other people. And if you can get over that, you can really start moving forward, because I think that really holds a lot of people back. So, yeah.
Yeah, well said and direct and to the point. I love how you do that, man. You make sure the folks get a clear understanding. You can't please other folks. What we're going to do now, we're going to go over to Dr. Kim Warren Martin. She's down in Little Rock, Arkansas, and she is right on point with what you're talking about, Kevin. She says success is an inside job. You got to start on the inside first. We'll be back in just a moment. When we come back, Kevin's going to break down, steps 3, 4, and 5, or 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to ask him about the Champions Creed for those that know about that as soon as we come back. We'll be back in just a moment. Kim Warren Martin, Dr. Kim Warren Martin, take it away.
How about this amazing day, happy entrepreneurs? It's your January 1st, and you guys rock. This is Dr. Kim Warren Martin, founder of Successful and Fulfilled, with part 5 of a 7-part series on the thought that success is an inside job. If you missed parts 1 through 4, don't worry. Just go on over to the Happy Entrepreneur Tribe Facebook group and check out the videos there. So today, let's talk about what's going on with you socially. How are your relationships? On a personal level, with your family, your friends, your spouse, significant other, and importantly, with yourself. And professionally, how are your relationships with clients, business partners, employees, and vendors, and so on? Are they healthy or unhealthy? Are they better in some areas than others? I believe life is all about relationships, and building healthy relationships offers mutual benefits that can be profitable in many, many ways. So here's a simple 3-step exercise to begin to determine the health of your relationships. Step 1, make a list of the relationships that are top of mind for you, and then rate them on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is unhealthy and 5 is thriving. Step 2, for any relationships you rated 3 or less, evaluate how they can be improved. Do you value those relationships? Are you valued in them? What can you and the other parties do to get them to a 4 or 5? And step 3, if you determine the relationships are not of value to you or the other parties, and you don't see how you can get it to a 4 or 5, then look at how you can end the relationship and bring closure with dignity to both parties. Don't just disappear or go ghost. So that's a simple process to help evaluate your relationships on a regular basis. Remember this, whether personally or professionally, a healthy relationship doesn't drag you down, it inspires you to be better. This is Dr. Kim Warren Martin, founder of Successful and Fulfilled. See you next week for part 6 of Success is an Inside Job. Until then, make it a great day and a fabulous week. Back over to you, Shay.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late night show in the country where we have one mission, and that is to empower, that is to inspire, and that is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with the resources necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You having the resources to serve others, to have more meaning in the world. Yeah, you'll make the money, but it's about the meaning in the world. Yeah, you'll get some income, but it's about the impact you're going to make. And yeah, it's possible to make $1 and a difference at the same time. If you believe and you showed up for one reason, that is to make $1 and a difference, look right below the video and put make $1 and a difference at the same time. You can do that. All right, Kevin, you gave us points number 1. You gave us point number 2. Give us point number 3 on how you can crush your limiting beliefs and live a supercharged life. And this is for you, John McCullough Jr. This is for you, Nathaniel. This is for you, Linda. This is for you, Carol and Kim. And all of you who are watching, this is just for you. Take it away, Kevin.
So the third way I would definitely recommend to crush your limiting belief is you got to be willing to fail. If you're not willing to fail, you're not going to be able to find success. And like I was saying earlier, a lot of these successful people you see today, big names like Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, all these people that are successful, they have.
How about this amazing day?
And if it wasn't for that failure that they had to endure, they wouldn't be where they are today. So don't be scared to fail. And, like they say, fail starts for a first attempt in learning. So just keep moving forward and pushing, and eventually you're going to get there. And I like to use this example. So you take a little baby, obviously it can't walk. And once it starts learning to walk, it falls down. But what does it automatically do? It tries to get back up. It tries to get back up, and it keeps going and going, and then it eventually starts walking. So it's just, you got to keep going. If you want something bad enough, you're going to be willing to fail, and then just keep going, and you'll eventually get there. So, yeah.
I like that. You got to keep going. You got to keep going no matter what. I like to do a segment we have here, Kevin, called the Champions Creed. And I love the baby example. I love the fact that you got to fail forward and fail. And that's so important. But here's a remix version. You got to win fast after you fail. And that's what being a champion is about. What I like to do right now is share the Champions Creed. And for all of you who are just new and you're joining for the very first time, the Champions Creed was given to me by my mentor 15 years ago. And it's a poem that I'm going to show you in just a moment. But here's how you can participate. Earlier, we were talking about that it's our time. And it's all about us. Right now, we're going to reverse and flip the script. We're going to now encourage another entrepreneur. We're going to uplift another entrepreneur. We're going to inspire another entrepreneur to do more, to have more, and to be more. And how do we do that? Well, you're going to look below the video. Yeah, you, the entrepreneur. No, you, Troy, who's watching. You, Denise Cotton, who's watching. You're going to look below the video, and you're going to write these words. You are a champion. Hashtag never give up. Now, why are you going to write those words below the video? You are a champion. Hashtag never give up. Because you can imagine that we're encouraging someone along this business race. And imagine you're cheering for someone that's running a marathon. And I've run 5 marathons. I've been blessed to do that. And you're on the sideline and you're like, go, you got this. You're a champion and you're a champion and you're a champion. And you're doing that as they're running by and you're giving them water. You're giving them nourishment that they need. So let me put this up there. I'm going to do it. I'm going to read this. Let me put this up there. It's Champions Creed. As I read this, I want you to look right below the video. I want you to write these words right now. Just write, you are a champion. Hashtag never give up. The Happy Entrepreneur's Champions Creed. I am not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. And the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I can fail and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. You were just talking about that, Kevin. I think it's very applicable. You were talking about the importance of you got to fail, but you got to keep trying. You got to keep going. So I'm going to ask Kevin if he doesn't mind participating. And I'm going to ask Kevin if he'll read the Champions Creed. And then, Kevin, after you read the Champions Creed, tell us about a time where things didn't work out for you. There was some failure that took place. And what did you do to overcome it so that you could become a champion? If you don't mind being transparent. So I guess I should ask you, do you mind reading the Champions Creed? I should ask you that first. You mind doing that, my friend?
Yeah, totally. We'll get it done.
I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. And as he does that, you look right below the video. What's up, Karen Cherry? You look right below the video and you write these words. You are a champion. Hashtag never give up. Take it away, Kevin.
All right, we're going to read this Champions Creed. I am not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. And the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I can fail and keep trying.
And keep trying and keep trying. We got to do the Puff Daddy remix version. We got to do the Sean Jones reversion over here, the Jay-Z reversion. Keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. All right, Kevin, tell us a time where you had to step it up. Something didn't go right, and you had to be a champion and keep on going.
Gosh. Oh, man. There's a lot. I basically, I'll start with my personal podcast. It seems a lot easy. Anyone can start a podcast, but when you want to use it in a specific way where it's going to help you grow and brand yourself, it gets real hard and it gets real hectic. And there were countless times when I just wanted to give up, and there were times when I came home and I just wanted to put it off, but I just kept going and going. I kept pushing and pushing. And it's crazy because I actually put it in my Facebook post today, and it's actually, my podcast has paid its dividends already. I've had my podcast since August, and I've only put out 9 episodes. And I've had 3 opportunities come my way this past week to actually be on someone's show, which is one of them's right here. But yeah, I never thought that I was worthy, and I knew that all the amount of work that I was putting in is basically all that stuff paid off, and that's why I'm here today, because I touched people and I made an impact and people reached out to me. So I'm ready to keep trucking and keep going forward.
And keep going. And
what do you think was one of the reasons why you struggled to keep the podcast and being consistent? I guess the question is, what was the challenge in being consistent?
Well, the time is a big factor in it. I didn't really have a lot of time, and I knew that if I was gonna, just push it to the side, I would eventually just give up. And that's one of the things is that a lot of people give up because they just keep failing and failing. They don't keep standing up and keep going forward. So yeah, I would say definitely that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. First of all, thanks for sharing. Thanks for being authentic with us, man. Thanks for letting us know a time where it didn't work out for you. You had to turn it around. I do want to acknowledge the folks that are out there watching now, like a Jason Murray, by the way, and a LaVonda Hawkins, and a Karen Cherry who's watching, and a Troy Holder, and Denise Cotton, and so many folks that are tuning in right now. Kevin's breaking it down. He's giving us your 5 ways to crush your limiting beliefs, and he's sharing why folks have a limiting belief and some challenges that he had. And Kevin, as I do that, you talked about being a champion. Just take a minute or two, and talk about what does being a champion even mean to you, Kevin, as you are listening to that word. You're hearing the word champion. What does that mean to you?
Oh, man. Being a champion means that I was willing to get uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. I was willing to fail. I wasn't going to give up. And I knew that eventually it would pay off and get me where I am right here today. And I'm just going to keep going and going. And I'm going to keep retaining the title for as long as I can, forever. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it, man. So powerful. What we're going to do now is we're going to go over to the one and only Dorsey Hill over in Houston, Texas. And she talks about being consistent. She says, look, you got to prioritize your list. You got to know what's first. We're going to go over to her, and we'll be back in just a moment so Kevin can bring it down the home stretch and give us priority number 4 of idea number 4 on how to crush your limiting belief, and idea number 5. Then I'm going to ask about this new book he has coming out, man. He might share a few chapters in it. I can't wait to hear about this. But anyway, we'll be back to hear priority number 4 and number 5 in just a moment. Dorsey Hill, my friend out in Houston, Texas, H-Town in the house. Take it away. Take it away.
Hello, hi, howdy. I'm super excited to be back once again in the Happy Entrepreneur Tribe. I am Dorsey Hill, the founder of the Healthy, Happy, Fun Life Network, and I'm so excited. Why? Because today is, you know what's coming, my January 1. It's my January 1. It's our January, my January, your January 1. Come on, that's so exciting that we get to have a new day every single day. That's so wonderful. Well, last week I talked about doing one thing 1,000 times instead of 1,000 things once, because that will never move the needle for you in anything. So this week I wanted to talk about one thing that we can do to make our personal lives happy while we're creating that wonderful business or entrepreneurial path that we're on. And that is what I call a pleasure purge. So all I want you to do this week is write down on a piece of paper everything that is not causing you pleasure. If it's not making you happy, whether it's relationships, the job that you're in, the collaborations that you're in, something spiritually that's not enriching you, I don't care what it is, whatever's not making you happy or providing you nourishment on some level, write it down, because we're going to talk about purging that out to create that healthy, happy, fun life while you're being a happy entrepreneur. Because you can't be a happy entrepreneur if these other areas are dragging you down. So that's it. Just make a list. We'll talk next time about what to do with that. So in the meantime, I want you to leave in the comments below that you have done your list, or that you're going to do your list. Well, my wish for each of you, as always, is that you're happy, you're healthy, and having a ton of fun in this life and business that you're creating. My biggest Texas love and hugs to each and every one of you. Bye-bye for now. Mwah.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country, where we are on a mission. And our #1 mission, our only mission, is to inspire. Our only mission is to empower. And our only mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with the resources that you need necessary to execute that big vision that you have for yourself, for your loved ones, and for the people you were called to serve. And Kevin, that's what he's delivering on. Yeah, that's his mission. Kevin, give us number 4. You're giving us 5 ways that we need to crush our limiting beliefs and live a supercharged life. Well, give us number 4, please.
Definitely, man. Number 4, you definitely got to be willing to be open to opportunities. I think opportunities are always out there, but a lot of people don't want to acknowledge them or even take on the challenge. And one thing I've observed, over the past few years is that a lot of people, they might seek out an opportunity, but when they see that they're not getting a return on their investment, right away, they just give up. But it's a lot like, whenever you want to lose weight, if you're going to lose 20 pounds in 1 week, guess what? You're going to gain it back just as fast versus if you just, adapt to a specific lifestyle that's going to keep it off for the long term. It's just one of those things where you have to nurture it and be patient and just go with the waves, and eventually it'll break loose, and then all that hard work that you put in will eventually pay off. And just be open to opportunities. Whenever people say, hey, I have an idea, don't just automatically knock it down, because, I've had countless people present me with opportunities, and I've only adapted to 2 of them so far, and that's the podcast. I connected with a guy. He helped coach me through it. Now I'm working with another guy that's helping me write my book. Those are both opportunities, and I'm not making any money on them at the moment, but I know that in the long term, which I'm in it for the long haul, and it's going to give me a return on my investment eventually. So yeah, be open to opportunities.
Yeah, what was it like expanding your comfort zone and working and actually starting to get out there to get that book out there? I know that's a big deal for a number of folks that's watching right now, and that's outside the comfort zone, not so much the book, but you got to expand your comfort zone. What was one of the challenges of doing that and stepping out there and working with someone to get a book done?
Well, one of the things is I'm real big into relationships. Always don't just connect with somebody like the first time you meet and they throw an offer out there. Don't just do business with them right away. I've known Brian Wright for like 3 or 4 years. I've known what he's done. And he presented me with the opportunity probably like 2 years ago. I didn't want it because that wasn't the right time, but now is the right time, and I feel that now is the time for me to start moving forward with it and start building my legacy. So yeah.
Now is the time for those folks that are watching right now. Now is the time for you to step up and take it to an entirely different level. One of the things that I love about what you do, man, is I love how you step back and you're so open, you're so authentic, and you're so humble. And you and I had a chance to have a conversation prior to, and you were sharing some things that you're doing, and that makes a big difference, man. So let me first say thanks a lot. We appreciate that. I know you're going to give us number 5 in just a moment, but before we do that, we're going to go over to Sean Harper. He's a 7-year NFL football player, runs his own business as an entrepreneur, just a really cool human being. He's a family man, he's a husband, he's a father, and he's a dear friend of mine. And he talks about the law of capacity. When we come back, Kevin's going to give you number 5. He's going to give you number 5. But let's hear what Sean has to say about the law of capacity. You don't want to miss this, and you don't want to miss what Kevin has to say. We'll be back in just a moment. What's up, Markeith, my man out there listening from Tennessee in the house? We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Sean Harper, motivational speaker, author, investor. I love investing in people because people have the potential of generating years of dividends. This is my January 1st. And as I'm moving in January 1st, I have to be mindful of the laws, the law of capacity. Now, if you know me, I break all the rules, but I never break laws. If you break laws, laws will break you. Laws are unchangeable. So the law of capacity is that you will grow in proportion to your environment. It reminds me of a story of a guy named Walt Disney. We all know Walt Disney, but Walt Disney started out after a couple failed ventures. He started out with Disneyland, south of Anaheim, California. And he had great success, but he had one challenge. He was landlocked. And so he couldn't expand. And so he secretly, anonymously, began to buy up land in the Orlando area. And he formed shell companies, and he brought 500 acres here, 100 acres here with this company, and maybe 2,000 acres with this company. And he went on, and a investigative journalist caught on to it, but not until he amassed over 26 to 30,000 acres. And now that man, who is now deceased, still has land that's not been developed. His dream was huge, but his capacity was small. One of the problems or challenges that we face as entrepreneurs, as business owners, business leaders, is that we run out of capacity. When there's stress in the business, when there's stress as an entrepreneur, it's usually one or two problems. A, you don't have the systems, or B, you have a lack of capacity. That is a spiritual law. And I often compare spiritual laws, or look for evidence of spiritual laws in nature. You take a shark, put it in the fish tank, it gets this big. Take that same baby shark, put it in the ocean, it gets this big. Before you dream, or right after you dream, the first thing you do is you begin to build your capacity. Before you build up, you gotta build down. Thank you. Play to win. Bye-bye.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country, where we have a mission, and that is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all the resources you need necessary to execute that vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And this morning, this evening, this afternoon, wherever you are in the world, well, this is what Kevin showed up for today. This is why he's here, to help you crush those limiting beliefs and really skyrocket, your results. Really achieve your dreams. And at the end of the day, do it faster with less effort. Kevin, you gave us 4 ways that we can crush our limiting beliefs. Give us number 5, please.
Definitely, man. You got to learn to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's just, it's a given. To be successful, have a supercharged life, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. If whatever your goal to do, whether it be lose weight, open up a business, whatever you want to do, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. Like if you want to lose weight, you're going to have to give up the fast food, the drive-thrus. You're going to have to give up the Cokes. Same thing with, opening up a business or whatever you want to do. You're going to have to give up watching TV so much. You're going to have to stop going to the bar, the club. You're going to have to get in there and you're going to have to grind every single day so you can, get this tree to start sprouting up from the ground. Learn to get uncomfortable. Definitely.
Wow. Learn to get uncomfortable. Someone look right below the video. What's up, Valerie? What's up, Jay? Look right below the video. And write these words. Expand your comfort zone. You got to be uncomfortable. Expand your comfort zones. For many of you, it's time for you to push through the limit. Did I say push through the limit? Yeah. Did I say push through the limit? Yeah. That's a cue that Dr. Kenneth Thigpen is going to talk about right now, how to push through the limit. And we come back, Kevin and I, Jay Hunter, Kevin and I, Valerie Freyan, Kevin and I, we're going to go into rapid fire as we come down the home stretch. You can crush your limiting belief. You can live the life you want. And as you just mentioned, I think it's so on cue, Kevin, you got to be uncomfortable. And Dr. Kenneth Thigpen from Raleigh, North Carolina said, you got to push through the limits. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. And I believe it. We'll be back in just a moment. Take it away, Dr. Kenneth Thigpen.
Hello, it's your girl, Dr. Kenneth Thigpen, also known as Dr. K, founder of Rise Women's Network. And Rise Women's Network is pleased to present to you #NextSisterUp. I'm here with you today in the Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe, and today is my January 1st. Here's your thought of the week. Push it past the limit. Push it past the limit. Now, we're historically used to hearing people say, push it to the limit. But when you push it to the limit, you're keeping yourself from reaching your dreams and your goals. Here's the thing. I like to go to the gym, and I have a goal of getting lean and getting toned. But I've been doing the same workout for eons. I have a workout called Keep It 100. So no matter what exercise I do 100 reps. But I've been using the same weights forever. And I wonder why I'm not seeing progress or results as I push myself to my limit. You see, when you push yourself to the limit, you're doing the things that you know you can do. When you push yourself to the limit, you're gonna see little to no progress. When you keep yourself in the confines of your limit, you're keeping yourself in your comfort zone. Now, in business, I challenge us to push ourselves past the limit. So yes, that might mean getting up 30 minutes earlier to do something. That might mean staying up 30 minutes later to get something completed. That might mean investing in a coach. That might mean asking questions, updating your strategic plan. It means you have to do something different to get different results. Push yourself past the limit. So I challenge you this week, push yourself past the limit, not to the limit. My name's Dr. K. Make it a great day.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur and the host of the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country, the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We're talking about a mission we're on. And our mission is to provide you with the resources you need to execute the vision for the people you were called to serve. And so we're talking about today, crush your limiting belief. Maybe you don't believe that you can achieve your goals. Maybe you don't believe you have what it takes. Maybe you don't believe you're tall enough. Maybe you don't believe you're short enough. Maybe you don't believe you're skinny enough. Maybe you don't believe you're smart enough. Maybe you don't believe you look the right way. Maybe you don't believe you come from the right family. Whatever those limiting beliefs are, tonight's the time to crush those. Yeah, it's that time. We're going to go into rapid fire. Okay, we're going to rapid fire. Then we'll talk a little more about today is your January 1st. This is your January 1st. It's our mantra. Kevin, rapid fire is one of those episodes or segments where I get to ask any question I want, and you rapid fire answer as fast as you possibly can in a limited amount of time. You got about a minute or so to answer the question as fast as you can. But the first question that I have, and it's just top of mind to me, my first question that I have is, who's been a mentor to you along this journey? And what's a lesson that you've learned from them that you would share with us that I can learn from?
This basically gets rooted all the way back to my friend in Canada, Mike Gillespie. It wasn't until I started associating myself with him that I started developing the mindset that I have right now. I knew that if I started associating myself with like-minded people, that I would grow into who I want to become. And you ultimately become the people who you hang around and associate yourself with. So I would say Mike Gillespie, definitely.
Okay, thanks a lot for sharing, man. And what's one of the books you've read recently or in the past has had a big difference for you that you'd like to share with us? And you got to put the good book, the Bible, to the side. I mean, let's just say that's the #1 book. And so what's something else that you've read along this journey that you would like to share with the audience?
I'm getting better. I'm trying to get back into the habit of reading. Majority of the stuff I do is listening to audiobooks or podcasts.
Yeah, I love those.
I get a lot of value from podcasts. But the book that ultimately changed the way I think is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Just figuring out and finding out like how we were raised to think the way we think now, and versus the way like the rich think. That's so much different. And if you can they have what's called, I guess, a cash flow quadrant: employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. And as long as you like, if you're on the left side, you need to work on getting the right side. Because if you're on the left side, you're going to ultimately basically be working for your whole entire life. Versus if you get yourself to the right side, business owner, investor, you're going to basically have what's called passive income. And you're going to have money work for you instead of you working for money, like you exchanging time for money. So yeah, definitely Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, I love it. And the title of your podcast is Life Supercharged. Tell us what Life Supercharged means, and tell us what the mission of Life Supercharged is. Like, why does it exist?
Well, I basically came up with a podcast to help people with the limiting beliefs, the people that have been programmed a specific way and thinking what success is, thinking that it's, it's a straight, runway when it's not. It's full of ups and downs. And if you can endure all the pain, the failure, getting uncomfortable, and go get through all that, you're basically going to have a life that's supercharged and live life on your own terms eventually, because you won't have to, you'll be able to live life on your terms pretty much. So yeah. And
when Kevin's not out saving the world, helping them supercharge their life, what does Kevin do for fun?
Oh man, well, I definitely love spending time with the wife and family. The biggest things that give me the most fulfillment, besides, hanging out with my wife and family, is definitely getting to events, hanging out with like-minded people, because that actually helps me grow. And obviously doing my podcast is fun. There's times when I don't really want to do it, but the moment I get on there, that fire just ignites, and I have all the energy in the world because it's a passion of mine. So
yeah. Thanks for sharing. I know before we got started, your wife was on here with us, and you really acknowledged her for being supportive. Let's imagine your wife decides to go back and watch this long lost video for whatever reason. She wants to go back and see it. What message would you want to say to your wife, who may even be watching now for all we know?
The reason why I do what I do is because I want more time with her, and I think she deserves that. And I think that the whole thing of, working all the hours that, I've worked, it is basically keeping me away from her, and she's the priority, not my job. So yeah definitely.
Yeah. So very, very well said, man. Thanks a lot for sharing. I know when we come back, man, I want you to have the final comments and share your final thoughts with the audience, because today is their January 1st. This is the day that you can make a decision that forever changes the trajectory of your life. So today is my January 1st. Do me a favor as you're watching right now. Look right below the video, and write these words. Today is my January 1st. I get a new start. I get a do-over. I get a reboot. Today is my January 1st. I make that decision to put those limiting beliefs behind me and to move forward. When we come back, Kevin's going to give us his closing thoughts as we close out. We're going to go over to Rob Howes. And Rob Howes over in Laurel, Maryland says, be present where you are. We'll be back in just a moment, because today is my January 1st. See you.
Hey guys.
All right.
Me and Daddy are here.
All right, I'm doing a video.
I got a question.
No, it's not a question. This is a video where I'm telling people something. I'm telling them that today is their January 1st. Today is your January 1st, Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe, because today is the only day you got. Because tomorrow's not promised, and yesterday is gone. So the reason why today being your January 1st is significant, because it keeps you from procrastination. Procrastination is the destroyer of dreams. Yeah, it's the destroyer. It's the killer of dreams. So, take action. Be present where you're present. That's the real gift. Be present where you are present. That is the real gift. Today is your January 1st. Say today.
Today.
Say today is your January 1st.
Today is January 1st.
Say it loud.
Today is January 1st.
That's it. Don't forget it.
It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country, where our mission is to inspire, our mission is to empower, and our mission is to provide you with the resources necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. We want to thank the one and only Kevin himself, the man who showed up today to talk about how to crush your limiting beliefs and really supercharge your life. So Kevin, first, let me say thank you. Let me know we appreciate you, man. We got to have you back on the show, man. We got to have you back on the show. And I'd like to turn over you to have your final comment, your words to encourage, your words to inspire, and your words to uplift those folks who got to go out there and crush their limiting beliefs and supercharge their life. Over to you, my good friend. Okay, so
a lot of people probably don't.
Okay, Kevin, give me 1 second. I think you froze for just a second. Okay, you're back now. Go ahead, take it away. Your video froze for a second.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So yeah, I'm not sure a lot of people know or not, but I do have a full-time job. I am pursuing entrepreneurship on the side outside of work. It is very, very tough. It's having to give up things that I wish I could do. What it really boils down to is not to pursue my goals. And for the people out there that are in the same position I am, just keep going and going and going, and start getting around people that are on the same mission as you and that are going to be your biggest cheerleader. You know what's crazy? A lot of people don't like social media. I happen to like it. I think it's the way you use it. My biggest fans and cheerleaders are people I don't even know or haven't even met. And just the opportunities that I've had through Facebook, Instagram is just crazy. I've connected with so many people, and they're a big reason why I'm on the road where I'm going right now. So yeah, that's just where it's at.
Well, man, let me say once again, thank you very much, man. We appreciate you being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. Today is my January 1st. Thank all of you for tuning in. Thank all of you who've been watching. I want to close up by letting you know that Kevin is amazing. Make sure you connect with Kevin, by the way. My name, for those folks that are watching for the first time, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone, and I promise you we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Today is my January 1st. I want you to tell yourself that when you get off. Today is my January 1st. I'm going to make a decision that's going to change my life. You make those decisions every single day. There's always a January 1st moment. This is one of those moments. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you soon. Kevin, you rock, my man. You rock out. Thanks a lot, man. Got to have you back. See you soon.
Please go ahead and give a big standing ovation for the one and the only Shay Brown.
And I'm here right now in this moment with none other than the one and only Dr. Willie Jolly. What's up, my friend?
It's a privilege and a pleasure and a treat and a treasure to be in your presence.
All right, Delator, we're going to get started. You ready, Delator?
I'm ready, friend.
You ready, Dr. Cannett?
Ready.
None other than Andy Henriquez. And we have someone like a Dr. Sonia, who's a bad sister. All right, now, go ahead with your bad self. None other than the Kim Warren Martin. That's the promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there.